September the 18th, 2008, and all around the world, share markets are tumbling. Financial institutions are falling over. Finance companies are unable to repay their loans, and creditors and investors are losing. There's been a very substantial bath taken by many investors throughout the world. Down here in New Zealand, we've been feeling this as well, so we're not isolated. What we're witnessing is the final phase of the consequences of a monolithic field-based culture in its death throes. And, you know, people somehow haven't quite understood the seriousness of this. This is the end game. This is a paradigm that has failed. This is a culture that has failed, a society with its cheap energy arrangements that is failing, and that we must now go for a new paradigm. We have to invent a completely new culture to adapt to the changes that have been forced upon us by nature. That is peak oil. Oil has always been a finite resource, and we have not fully understood that. We haven't even given the consequences of this a nanosecond of reflection. And so now the party has come to an end, and we're not happy. Well, I can assure you there is no returning to the old consumption, the paradigm of consume and just live in such a way that we absolutely show no respect to the earth, who is our fair sister, and we have no respect for one another. So we have hierarchies of greed and the very worst kinds of examples of how our society should lead. One would have to actually draw a conclusion that there was fundamentally something very wrong with us. Well, there is. The flaw, the crack in us, is that we are a fallen species. And I'm not going to go into apologetics or some kind of defense about that statement, but, you know, in the time that I have lived, I have reflected upon the way we are, and I have drawn my own conclusions. It just so happens that they align with the revelations of the Judeo-Christian traditions, and as I read and understand them, we are victims of our fallenness. And so one would expect that things would get messy, particularly when we have become so idolatrous.